Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Good evening. I'm sorry. Could the audience please mute their audio? Thank you. So this meeting is going to be live streamed. So I request all the audience to turn off their microphone, keep it on mute, and also only the guests will be. I request the guests to only open their camera. Thank you.
Your child, their smile, their innocence, their curiosity. And now imagine this. In today's world, the danger that threatens them isn't on the streets. It's inside their room, glowing softly at their arm's length. The screen, the endless scroll, the digital noise that never sleeps. If you are here today, it means one thing. You care. You care enough to pause your routine, show up, and take a step that my parents still don't. And for that, I want to begin by appreciating you. On behalf of the NCORE Foundation, welcome to Digital Detox Junior Unplug to Power Up, a nationwide movement to help Gen Alpha build healthier, safer, and more mindful digital habits. To set the tone for today, let me begin with the word of our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji. I dream of a digital India where cybersecurity becomes an integral part of our national security. A warm welcome to all the parents, educators, cybersecurity professionals, young participants, and our extended community joining us today. Thank you for being a part of the most important moment. Tonight's Eve is made possible by the support of our collaborators and partners who've been in Safe Digital World. I would like to introduce you with our resource partner, Global Shapers Community, Thiruvananthapuram, Offenso Hackers Academy, the War Widow Association, our outreach partner, Crivato, Global Shapers Community, Pimpri Chinchivara, Global Shapers Community, Kochi, SMSC Trust, Shri Krishna Mahila and Bal Vikas Seva Charitable Trust Bangalore, and Bite Size, and Kani ma'am, Damayanti ma'am, Khandare sir for their contribution. Thank you for strengthening this mission. Now, to mark this special evening, we have a very meaningful moment. The book release by Mr. Krishna Kumar, CEO of Green Pepper AI, Generative AI Educator, Innovation Coach, and Enterprising Strategies. A leader who has impacted over hundreds of professionals across the world and now guiding NCORE Foundation as our advisor. KK sir, we invite you for the book launch segment.
Thank you so much for this, and thank you everyone for joining. This is a very special gathering. Um, I've been knowing Lakshmi, Athav, like dynamic people who are behind NCORE Foundation, and we have a team of great people who have kind of come together to make this happen. When I first read the mission of NCORE Foundation, I was like really delighted to know that this is a very special cause which we're getting into, and I'm really happy to be part of this team. And very super happy to launch this. I would say relaunch, because this was like launched 3 years ago. It was loved by a lot of people. I downloaded like 4,000 times in Gumroad and all that. So uh, this is a special moment for all of us to kind of reflect on what we have been doing, especially as a child, as a parent. So these are 15 rules of parenting. I mean, there are no rules for anything. There is no instruction manual, no masterclass for parenting, right? I'm sure that you would have realized this. This is a very difficult task, actually, but we learn on the way, and we make a lot of mistakes on the way, right? And maybe, um, you know, like when the children are really grown up, we kind of reflect and see, we could have done a lot of good things, right? And that's exactly which I had my moment. When my son turned 15, I kind of reflected and thought, like, what are the good things I've done? What are the things which I've kind of improved? And made it a very tiny LinkedIn post, to be precise. And then that got expanded like a tiny book. And that's about 15 rules of parenting. I hope you enjoy this. We are doing this um, distribution through NCORE Foundation. It's a tiny book, 35 page. You can kind of read it like an Instagram reel. Like in 2-3 minutes, you get an idea of how this insights have kind of come together very well, right? So thank you so much for this, and I wish all the best for NCORE Foundation and the people out here. Wish you would be able to kind of go through this book and make your comments and reflections on that. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, KK sir, for your insightful thoughts. And now I have the honor of inviting someone who has been the driving force behind this movement, Miss Lakshmi Mini, co-founder and director of NCORE. Ma'am will walk us through the real pain points Gen Alpha faces today and why Digital Detox Junior was born. Lakshmi ma'am, over to you.
Thank you so much, Avni, for the great start. And thank you, KK, once again. Despite your busy schedule, I know you're heading to another meeting, but still you bother to come. And being a parent, everybody, I've read the book, and trust me, if you read it, you'll understand the worth of that book. Thanks again, KK. So I'm just sharing my screen. Please let me know uh, when it's visible. So good evening, everyone. Avni, I'm audible, right? And is my
Yeah, you're
screen
audible.
visible? My screen visible?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay, so today we are gathered here for something extraordinary, a movement that has traveled across more than half the states of India, touching families from metros, towns, villages, and even reaching parents and children from other countries who registered simply because they cared. If anything proves how deeply we value our children, it is this moment, this unity, this concern, this willingness to pause, reflect, and act. And actually, I'm here today as a part of NCORE Foundation, which is India's first cyber rehabilitation enabler. And we are humbled and proud as we come together to reclaim something priceless. I think majority of us here, we were blessed with that when we were child. Yes, the real childhood of our children. Let me just tell you a story. Imagine this, a child in your family standing alone, surrounded by a few strangers. Your heart would race, right? Anyone here who wouldn't feel tensed? But then the same child is alone in the bedroom with a phone. We feel relieved, safe, protected, right? That's where we go wrong because the pedophiles, cyber frauds don't stand in lanes, parks, or playground. They lurk behind the screens, silent, anonymous, and invisible. And of course, the TV, right? You hand over the remote to your child, and the child might be saying, oh, it's Peppa Pig, it's Spider-Man. But have you wondered what if those videos are actually tampered, and what if the content is distorted? And what if there is danger right inside our home? You might be just seeing Peppa Pig and Spider-Man and wondering that it might be safe for your child. But if you closely monitor, it might be a fake channel where the Peppa Pig might be pushed from the top of a building or the Spider-Man will be jumping against that ongoing train. So you might wonder it's just a screen addiction. After all, it's not drug addiction. And no, this doesn't actually lead to depression. Then you're wrong. Actually, the brain activity, I think Kavya will be covering it later on. This mimics what the substance use disorder will look like. So next time when you think that screen addiction is not dangerous, it's time to rethink. And the statistics really say, and the research actually proves how the extended use of screen hours can lead to the mental, actually alter the mental stability of the child. And when you actually wonder that what happened where did we actually go wrong, especially when you take back that phone and the remote that you once gave because you wanted to go somewhere or before you wanted to do something that you love. The easiest thing that we see, I'm not here to blame anybody, I'm a parent, even I've done it. I think today we are here together understanding the problems that we are facing, what our children, the children in our family are facing, and together we are here to find a solution. And the reason why I'm telling you all the story is to just connect why Digital Detox Junior was born. And the solution was very simple. It was right in front of us, very much doable. And yes, these things, I think we all know how much we are adhering to this, how much we are able to spend time with our family, and how much I think nowadays we are so much addicted to the digital devices that we are even, it might be like, I don't know if children have even touched a real album in their life, right? So these are the perils of nuclear family life, the rush, the routine, the tired nights have slowly created the silent divide between us and our children, a divide filled by devices. So I'll just quickly share a few cases with you all. Okay, so the first one, the Nika shopping OTP. Now, here what happened is, I assume it was a class 9 student who wanted to buy something from Nika, and her mother was busy and she was in a meeting. So the child Googled for the customer care number, and it was a Jamtara gang person, and he asked for OTP. She gave all the details, and the OTP, the mother was so busy to check whether that OTP was for a transaction, the amount, nothing was noted. The child gave the OTP and they lost close to 1,20,000 rupees. This really happened. And Instagram live chatting. Let me tell you, this happened to a family where the mother and the father, they were well-known teachers. And the mother caught the daughter live stripping, a class 8 student. Okay. And why did this happen? The parents were not aware. It was peer pressure. And the child even won an iPhone. And the parents actually believed the child when she said that, yes, she won it in some competition. The parents didn't even care to check whether it was actually won in some competition or did somebody provide it to her. So that way, the child was taken to a child trauma psychologist, and the reason was also found. But trust me, this might be happening in many homes, and people might be unaware. There was another class 12 prank where there was a child pornographic content that was passed on to the students of class 12, and they just started sharing it. And the one of the student was asked to share it with his friends in Insta. But this all started as a prank just to get their account deactivated. But at least did the child know that the instant he turned 18, there was an FIR filed against him. And the case is still going on. And revenge porn and phone number sharing. Now, this happened. I still remember we were in a party and got a call from a parent who was really concerned because she was getting back-to-back calls from strangers. And when we advised her, when we guided her, later we got to know that her number was shared in Instagram as somebody who was willing to do sex chat. And this was happening to a child who was just 12 years old. And the only thing that she did was, in her area, she said no to a boy. And that boy took her photo, her number, her mother's number actually, and put that thing in Insta everywhere. And the child was getting continuous phone calls, and the mother was also torn apart. And they finally found who did it. But in that group that the boy created, there were many more, chats and many more profiles created. So this child was not alone, but there were many more children who were affected by it. One parent could find it, but what about the rest of the parents, right? We have been taking awareness session in schools, and trust me, there was an instant when we had to take session for class 4 students, and we were wondering what can we do because class 4 is too young, right? And after the session, the doubts that the students asked was, ma'am, in Discord, one uncle is asking for my photo. Can I share it? YouTube, they are commenting, they're asking, a lot of questions. What am I supposed to do? And I'm not getting proper likes in YouTube. The child was tensed. Can you believe Discord? Discord, the word Discord came from a child who was just 4, who was in class 4th. Okay, I was not expecting it. Even adults never asked me this kind of question. And this came from a child, and that is the eye-opener moment, I would call it. And cyberbullying, There was a time when the parent was very confident, and the parent told that she had uploaded her son's push-up video, and people were bullying the child online, and she wants to punish them. So I just asked her a simple question: "What about your child?" She said, "Child is actually, feeling bad, and he's inside his room most of the time. He's not having food properly." Now the mother was having the fighting spirit, but what she was ignoring is the condition of her own child. What about a child who was actually affected by all these things? No, that was being ignored, right? So the later we made her understand that the changes in her child, the aversion to food, the not coming out of the bedroom. And one more question to all the parents is, yes, I also share the happy moments when it's like WhatsApp status and all. But then if you create an Insta account for your child, understand that there's a reason why there is an age limit. And in fact, in the countries like Australia, they recently changed their social media age limits and all. There is a reason why they do that, because the children do not have, the adults do not have the strength to even face all these kind of things. And do you think that the children are strong enough to face it? No, they are not. There have been a case where the confession pages, the children were not aware of it, but confession pages in the name of schools. You just type your child's school and then see, just type it as confession page XYZ school, and you'll find pages. And I, God forbid, may you not find your own child's photo there or somebody discussing about your child. I cannot even, share the screenshot of what was mentioned, because being a parent, it hurts me as well. So I would not share those pages here, but you are free to just Google your own child's name, the school's name, and see whether you can see pages like this. And then sleepover stories where children go for sleepover and then end up sharing their photos. And then somebody who is a relative or a friend of that particular friend ends up uploading it, and then the blackmailing goes on. And another thing is APK file, where children were proudly claiming that the APK file, the game file which they downloaded, is all monitored by their parents and it's all good. My father said it is good, so it is good. Okay, I'm not complaining about a particular gaming and all, but please at least understand that if it is an APK file, there is high chance that your phone might be monitored, or it might be, giving out information. So all these things we need to take care of it. And not just these kind of issues, there are numerous other issues which we must be aware of. And all these things, we finally thought that this is the time that we need to come out of all these things. And just read the newspaper headlines. Mark Zuckerberg, he hides his own children's photos. So, but we are the ones who will be putting it without, just by adding filter and enhancing it, right? So you're free to read. Beware of pedophiles. All these newspaper articles are still there. Please feel free to read. It's not a myth what you see. And these kind of chatting just happened to one girl, but trust me, this is happening to many children who are using Insta. And that is why we came to Digital Detox, Julia. Because when we met to the children, listened to the parents, conducted sessions across the school communities, we realized something powerful. See, there is no scarcity of awareness sessions in India. Everyone talks about the dangers, everyone warns, everyone knows the risk, but what was missing was one genuine attempt to bring back mud, sand, sweat, laughter, the raw and filtered essence of real childhood. And that is how Digital Detox was born. There were parents who were coming, like after the session, they were running and coming to us in families and replace some screen time with real time, because children do not need a device to feel alive, they need us. And now I would, rather pass the mic to our very own advisor, Air Commodore Nrip Kumar Mehta sir, VSM, retired. And he's a highly decorated Indian Air Force veteran with 37 years of distinguished service, marked by his exceptional leadership, bravery, and commitment to the nation. And he's a multi-qualified professional and an adventurist. He continues to inspire through his expertise in cybercrime intervention, education, and community upliftment. Nrip sir, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there very much.
Thank you, sir. So over to you, sir.
Good evening, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. And firstly, I must compliment NCORE Foundation for taking this wonderful initiative, very much required and need of the hour. And this is very much required, and we need to work upon it and follow it up more often. But what a timing! This is the time when the AQI quality of entire Delhi NCR is 400 plus, and all the schools has been told to work on hybrid mode. Yesterday, I heard a lady talking that yesterday was Children's Day, 14 November Children's Day, and all children were getting ready with their dresses for celebration of Children's Day in fancy dress and various other function, school function. But all of a sudden, administration decided that because of the poor AQ quality, 400 plus, GRAP 3 has been implemented. So schools will work on hybrid mode and children days celebration were cancelled. And that class 3 or 4 year old child, class 3 or 4 child were made to sit in front of the laptop and watch the celebration of Children's Day. So frequent closure of schools in Delhi NCR may be because of pollution currently, heavy rains few months back, cold now another 2 weeks or 3 weeks, maybe or 4 weeks, you will find extreme cold weather, schools will be again closed. In summers, temperature goes high, again closed, or some law and order situation. We have become oversensitive. School district administrations have become oversensitive, which is forcing schools to be closed and work on hybrid mode because COVID period has given us a wonderful option to work like this. Now, under these conditions, when school is working on a hybrid mode and all classes are online, children are forced to use digital learning and it has become unavoidable. Excessive screen and using is causing behavioral, emotional effect. Physical issues are coming up. Well, there is no doubt there is a benefit of digital learning when we use it wisely. It helps in continuing education during the shutdowns. Like I mentioned, schools were closed for various reasons. I don't know why extreme winters, temperatures, schools are closed. Temperature going 3 degree, 4 degree is not a new thing. It has been happening for many years. Why are we becoming oversensitive? In temperature 3 4 degree in Delhi NCR, will the police stop working? Will the bank stop working? Will the train stop working? No, they all work. But we become oversensitive over children. We are not letting the children face this thing. Anyway, that is a bigger issue. I don't want to get into that. But digital learning helps the children to overcome their to match up catch up with the loss of timing when schools are closed, and plus it has a exposure to the global knowledge. Technical tools are available where the children can learn everything on a click of button. It helps bridging the learning gaps. But then there are ill effects. When I was in college, I was told, somebody asked me why the school classes period is 25 to 30 minutes and college is 45 minutes to 50 minutes. And in professional college and PhD scholarship is 1 hour. I was told this is based on the attention span. Attention span of a school child is roughly about 30 minutes. And in college is 45 to 50 minutes. And when it goes to professional college, it is maybe 1 hour or more. But today, if you ask ChatGPT what is the attention span of children, it will answer 10 to 12 minutes. So shall we reduce the class timing? And when the child is sitting on the digital platform, the attention span further reduces. It causes irritability, sleep issues, emotional instability, physical strain on the eyes, posture, because all the time you have to sit and with your neck down, facing on the laptop or mobile, and all outdoor activities gets reduced. Plus, now all children are getting so used to searching on a Google or ChatGPT that they anything the class teacher teaches, the student come and check on the Google and then the counter question challenge the authority of the teacher. Today, children have forgotten how to cry, how to laugh, shout and scream. I do take classes for underprivileged children of an NGO, where when I ask them, in case, especially the girls, young girls, if somebody is chasing you, you want to cry and for help, how will you cry? You won't believe the young girls do not know how to cry, how to shout for help. Help, help, help. When they ask them, the voice don't come out. I ask them, okay, laugh. They can't laugh. They are giggling only. They don't know how to laugh wholeheartedly with full force. When the few decades ago, when an infant used to cry, mother used to let the child cry. But today, the moment infant cries, the mother picks up the child. The nature has made us the infant to cry so that his lungs can develop properly, get more intake. But today we are not letting the cry. Children don't know how to cry, how to laugh, how to shout, how to scream, because schools don't let them do. Excessive digital contents, social withdrawal happens, and dependency on gadget. Everything you want to, if somebody wants, you ask a child, okay, 45 into 36, he will immediately go open the laptop or computer or calculator. We used to do it on our fingertips in a minute. So now anybody and everybody is using mobile to calculate things. We don't remember tables. Now, the concept of digital detox, which NCORE Foundation has started, was a wonderful initiative. This does not mean we go against the technology. Technology is inevitable. We cannot get away without, we cannot part without digital contents. It has to live with us. This is the need of hour. This will continue with us. But the importance is, what is required is balance, a responsible use and mindful habits. So we have to create a healthy balance, and healthy balance is very, very vague term. Doesn't mean that you tell the child, okay, 2 hours this thing, 2 hours this thing. No. Okay.
Sorry, sir. You can continue.
Ensuring technology serves the child and not the other way around. Don't force a
So you're on mute.
Am I on mute now? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We can hear you now, sir.
Okay. I'll give you a live example. As I just a few minutes back, I mentioned that when I go to NGO, I ask children to read newspaper, and I go to them once in a week. So every child has to read the newspaper, note down the headline for every day. He or she has to write down on his notebook headline for every day, and it could be of any choice, any news headline. And then once in a week, one news of his choice, maybe sports news, legal news, law and order, political news, or international news, business news, whatever he or she likes, that news he has to read and come in the class and read out. My condition is they have to read on the physical newspaper, not on the digital content, not on the mobile or laptop. So the child will force to see. Now what I done, I have subscribed the newspaper for them. It just costs 270 rupees per month for a newspaper subscription in a month. So the children know, the class 10 or 12 children did not know what is the sports page, what is the international page, what is the business page. So we have to teach the children how to read newspaper, what are the parts of newspaper. Today the children have not seen the newspaper. Most of the parents have stopped subscribing the newspaper at home. They are seeing them on the mobile only. That now during our time, I'm not trying to compare our time was better. I'm just giving only example. It was told that read newspaper to improve your general knowledge and current affairs for any competitive exam. Now, by subscribing the newspaper for these underprivileged children, they are having physical access of the newspaper. They learn what is newspaper and they learn how to do it. Now, my message in this regard to the parents and schools is encourage children to read physical newspaper. It's very low cost, as I mentioned, 270 rupees per month. This will reduce their screen dependence, improve their awareness, vocabulary. They will learn new things. And when they turn pages of a newspaper, they will see many things of their interest, which they may not see on the digital content. And one thing is there, as compared to digital, and whatever Lakshmi madam said on the Insta and thing, a newspaper will not have those negative effect contents. As of now, all our newspaper are carrying good news, which are I hope it will continue. So don't have much of the negative contents. So what school should do? Many schools, they say we have newspaper subscribed in libraries, and we give the children library period. That is not enough. You teacher has to make effort to sit with the children, teach them how to read newspaper, because this has become a task. Children really do not know how to read a newspaper, how to turn the pages of newspaper. I mean, which where to find what they are looking for. Promote offline reading in the schools. Introduce screen-free hours activities in the school so that children can devote other than newspaper. Newspaper is one example. And what parents can do? Parents have to set example themselves. Unless you do it, you cannot tell the child your 2 hours are over on the laptop. Now you don't do it, and then you sit with your mobile and do it. No. If you have told the child not to be on the screen, you also have to be off screen. You are, because children are very they copy, they see their parents doing it, they do it the same thing. Set routines over limited screen time, encourage offline habits, sports, reading. Initially you may have to go to with the child to sports ground, encourage them. Create device free family time, that okay, now at meal time nobody will have the mobile with him or her. Keep your mobile off during the lunch or dinner time, and whatever time you are having together. I don't know. So this is a responsibility, collective responsibility of parents, schools, children, community together. And small daily habits can change. I don't know. There are very many senior citizens sitting there, but I will take this opportunity. If there are any citizen like me, senior citizen like me, I have lived my life. I'm 62-year-old. I find that if whenever I go out, I see youngster, I call them. I talk to them. One thing I have found that whenever I see out, I see the children walking and dragging their footwear and making noise. I stop them. I tell them, beta, if you drag your feet, it will affect your brain in longer run. Don't do it. They smile and they laugh. This is how I start the conversation. I tell them, instead of saying good morning, good evening, say Jai Hind or Namaste. You will not have to think, look at your watch and decide, shall I say good morning or good afternoon. In my society, I have told all the security guards, they call me, say response in Jai Hind. I'm known as Jai Hind uncle. I'm known as Jai Hind uncle. Okay. So I think, no, let me tell you one thing sure. The Gen Z and Gen Alpha, they are more than keen when the senior citizen of NCORE. Thank you very much. I have exceeded my time. Thanks a lot with this message. I compliment once again NCORE Foundation to doing a wonderful job. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir, for your heartful and reflection. And it was a really powerful message for every one of us present over here. Thank you so much once again. Moving ahead, it's my privilege to introduce you to Dr. Rajiv Saxena, a visionary who helped shape India's digital governance and cybersecurity landscape. Founder director of National Informatics Center Service Incorporated and National Center for Trade Information, architecture of e-governance and NICCA, and mentor to generations of digital leaders, and also the advisor to the NCORE Foundation. So we are honored to have you here.
Rajiv sir, are you there? Avni, I'll do one thing. I'll just call sir.
Okay, sure.
Sir is in the meeting, but he's just facing some difficulty to join. So he just left the meeting and he's joining again. So meanwhile, we request everybody to visit our social media pages of ours and our collaborators and kindly follow so that you get updated information about us. I think Rajiv sir, you're back. Sir, can you please unmute? I'll do one thing. I'll get him on a WhatsApp call and I'll put it on speaker. That'll be better to save the time. Meanwhile, if any parents have got any questions, you can ask, even though we have got exclusive, Q&A in the end, just to ensure that we are using the time right now. And please do not forget to download the book that is shared by KK. It's in the chat. Avni, actually, sir is on call. I've put him on speaker. So, sir, I think there's some technical glitch. So let's proceed with this telephonic call and then connecting you in Google Meet. So, everybody, is he audible? Sir, you may speak.
Can you hear me now? Okay, I start. My name is Rajiv Saxena. I've worked in the area of the e-governance and a lot of projects to shape the new India. I'm very grateful to the NCORE Foundation for inviting me to this very important aspect of the human life, the younger generation and the future of our country. A few years back, I had gone to take a seminar. I had no PowerPoints, and my lecture continued for 3 hours because it was an interactive session. So I asked a girl who was sitting in the front row, and I asked her, what's her name? And she said, her name is Neha Verma. I said, you are wrong, madam. She asked me why. I said, I asked you your name, not your family name. And you gave me both. So you gave me the attribute to find you through the internet world. Because there can be a large number of the Neha in the world. But when you say Neha Verma, the search options comes down to all those identities which is having the name Neha Verma. So my search becomes short and easy for me. Then I asked her again a question. Which class you are studying? She said, 8th D. I said, you are wrong. I asked you your class and you gave me the section. I can easily find out from your school and what's your, I know your name, I know your class, I know your school. And what you have given to a pedophile, all the attributes to find you on the digital world. My request to you, you have to be very careful in sharing the information on the virtual world, where there are thousands of scammers, scamsters, and criminals who are going to find you because they are sex addicts or sex debt addicts. And it is very wrong in this world, no doubt about it. Because what happened with the advent of the internet, the important users of the internet, which are good, has also brought along with them the lesser and the greater evils, from the bank frauds to the sex extortion to the digital arrest, and creating an artificial or AI-based profile where you can scam your bank accounts in a virtual world. Let me go back to few years when I was a child. I'm now 71 years old. I was born at the beginning of 1955. And there, was only entertainment in our world was to go out and play. And we used to play from 4 p.m. to about 7 p.m. unless or until my mother used to howl from the terrace of our house and say that you will not get your dinner if you are not coming in 5 minutes. And I used to get very scared that I'll not get my dinner and I'll not be able to study in the night or do the puja with my father and to play with my younger sister who was 5 years younger than me. So what used to happen? I used to get a diffuse sunlight. I used to get a fresh air. I used to meet friends. I used to communicate with them what I did for the whole day, which means my communication skills are getting better. I used to be physically fit. I never used to have any body aches because the body used to get attuned to the vagaries of the weather, and I used to be much more healthier as compared to the younger children which I see as of today. In our society, I find most of the younger children are staying at home, watching the movies, especially which are made for the kids, or the cartoons. Let me give you the demerits of the cartoons. There are Chinese cartoons which are specifically made to spoil the minds of the young children. I don't know, I have forgotten the name of a very famous Chinese cartoon which the kids used to love. And those cartoons were filmed especially for the North Korean kids, the Japanese kids, and the Indian kids. Why? Because the kids are the future, and you are trying to influence their minds by continuous bombarding of a set of what you call as social discourses. I remember this Chinese young boy going to the market, howling and asking for some candies, and his mother used to oblige. And the young kid at my home or your home or our home will listen to this and then say that the Chinese mothers are giving them the candy, but not the Indian mothers. See the brainwashing of the children which is happening at this. And it's a name. Friends have hobbies that people give all the into the others at home or your pants so that the purchase I 15 minutes to work off the newspaper. Son, off the newspaper. Son, all cats and so and the kids and all told I came for a book the library give with is that counselor grant most people of the Detox time to soothe different colors race if infant take a walk so that is off and say what happens is off and say what happens for 5 off and say what happens for 5 your password is he and 5 your password is he and work which will be able through who send password most of the name is it should also have It should also have very strong positive. A has very strong positive. A, J, you can keep capital, total length, so to 8, total length, so to 8 characters, or hash strong password. You remember your 4-letter word or at the middle of the password. You can take a short speech of this thing. NCORE Foundation should recommend to going on to the Facebook. Country has also done the low 0.9 ambition. Thank you.
We were listening to nation. So next speaker has joined. We're listening to nation. So next speaker has joined Balakrishnan sir of can pause and
Okay. The thing, use it wisely, live digital detox junior. Okay. The thing, use it wisely, live digital detox junior. Okay. So our next plan. Okay. So our next plan. Schools, DDJ campus, the teachers that how they can counsel student schools. DDJ campus, the teachers that how they can counsel student has been any DDJ labs work. Has been any DDJ labs works. Emotional hygienic googling the things of or the emotional hygienic googling the things of or the mind camps, that is mind camps, that is 3 or 5 days based mindful activity. Has been a victim of 3 or 5 days based mindful activity. Has been a victim of any kind of in every has been a victim of any kind of in every aspect will be hosting many kind of in the school of any kind of in every aspect will be hosting many kind of in the school, and then as will be hosting many kind of in the school, and then and now as not that's why we will be hosting many ambassador program. Thanks of also 2 different.
Thank you so much. A pleasure of inviting Inspector General relatives. So we
Lakshmi for inviting. Then in these context, of course, each context needs